talk about this legend and icon that is right behind me and this documentary that not a lot or not enough people I feel are talking about. So I have to say this about this documentary. I heard mixed reviews about it, but I think it was so incredible. And this was just a portion of her life. Marey from birth to the My Life album and how it's affected her and everyone around her. We got to see interviews with people like Andre Harrell, P. Diddy, stylists, writers. Chucky Thompson was even in this. It was an incredible documentary, and it's also something that was produced by Mary J. Blige herself. I love the mix of artistry, the music, old vintage footage and interviews, and talking to people that are in her family. But I also love how deep and personal this was. This is not a rainbow story. This is not some fairy tale. It's Mary J. Blige's real life, but also why so many women and men connect with Mary J. Blige and how she grew up and how growing up in the projects and how that time really has affected not just Mary J. Blige, but black people altogether. But this documentary also was a celebration of how incredible Mary J. Blige's voice and music has been to our lives. This is an artist I grew up with. The first song I ever performed in front of a crowd was a Mary J. Blige song. So watching this and seeing where she's come and what she's overcome personally was inspiring. And I think along with her music, I know everyone's going to be going out right now and playing her music after watching this documentary because you're reminded how incredible all of those albums, even before, any of the last 10 years, Mary J. Blige's first 3 albums, even though they only document 2 of those albums in this documentary, I can already see a part 2, a part 3. They don't even address her divorce. They don't address any of those other things that happened in her life. As I mentioned before, Andre Harrell, the founder of Uptown Records, the influencer for people like Puff Daddy and Mary J. Blige, who discovered her, who was rolling up in the projects looking like money, and she's like, you need to come inside so you don't get robbed. But the fact that he was able to be a part of this before he passed, I think is just so incredible. I know he was also working on the Uptown Celebration documentary as well, but I'm so glad that he was able to be a part of this story because he was such an integral part of Mary J. Blige's story. And I'm so glad they shared this. And as I said to you before, I felt the production of this was just as beautiful as remembering Mary J. Blige and everything that she's done. What did you guys think of it?